Okay, fellas, look, here we are. You know, we're in Paris on the big stage, 1-0 down, and needing to beat the great Paris Saint-Germain to progress in the Champions League. We need a miracle. Good luck.
Jarune, za tebe mi dijete diše, tu je važno samo jedno, nogomet i ništa više. Jarune.
Hi guys, I'm Multi-Villain and welcome back to your run on The Impossible Dream. It is Season 10, Episode 10 today. We go to Paris. We need to overturn a 1-0 defeat at home in the first leg of our round of 16 Champions League tie. This is probably where it comes to an end. If that is the case, then we will face Hajduk Split in the league, which is going to be a big one in the title race. Or, if a miracle happens, we'll have the first leg of the quarterfinals in all likelihood, depending when it sort of how big of a gap it is, but it should be fairly quick turnaround, I would have thought. So, before we try and pull off the miracle, let's go and see what we did against Lokomotiva in the league. Now, whilst we were playing this, already having played, Hajduk drew and Dinamo lost. So it was a big chance for us to extend our lead at the top of the table. We took a second half lead when Torres crossed for Siraj. And it was 2-0 when Kovacek's cross found Zinko. Before Lacko added a third. So it was a more or less comfortable game. We sort of settled down a bit in the second half, got the goals that we needed to get. Now, Holt got injured here. He's out for about a month, so that's not ideal. Matanovic made his first appearance in a long time after he was out injured and just generally not playing. Had a goal ruled out, very close offside, but obviously with VAR it was offside. And yeah, we can see the team that played. It was not our strongest, so it was good. It's a good result for us. Now, let's go and have a quick look at the table after that one. And there it is there, a very juicy 8-point lead with, 10 games to go. So, yeah, if it is, it's a very good race for second, third, fourth, isn't it? But if we do happen to face Hajduk in the second game today, beat them, well, it's almost title celebration time again, isn't it? So this is what we are expecting from Paris, the old 4-3-3, everybody again inverted and inside, so we'll be trying to trap them on the outside. This is the team we're sending out. It is Pinto in goal, Sanchez, Crespi comes in with Butchman. We've got Kovacic and Di Dominicano as the width, Sithole, Montel, Raz, Mazzoleni even, and Bertic as the front two. Alright, so we can see the team sheets. It's more or less the same team they put out in that first leg, I think, isn't it? So, I mean, it would be because everybody's playing their best available team at this point. There's no pressure on us to play with that freedom. I can almost get on board with that, I think. I mean, if you were to go around the world of football, how many people would give us any chance here? Wouldn't be many, would it? So yeah, let's see what we can do. Now, there is no real other news, actually. It's just Holt's injury. It was just the one game since the first leg. On that weekend, but yeah, obviously the title's looking fairly solid. We'll make this again Viewers Player of the Year nominations. We are getting towards the point now where we'll need to vote. Unfortunately, it's looking a little bit again like the title race is going to sort of fizzle out for us. It's very good, like what F1 isn't it? It's very good in the battle for second, but we just seem to be a little bit too strong. And I think because so many of the Croatian teams have gone deep in Europe, maybe they're starting to struggle a little bit with squad depth, whereas we've more or less got that covered at this point. So yeah, I think that is maybe affecting things a little bit, because for the first half of the season it was close, wasn't it? You know, we were dropping points. Maybe you could argue some that we shouldn't have been, and yeah, so it's just what it is right now. I really want somebody go with us. We need some competition in the league. So. Di Dominicano is booked, which maybe isn't ideal. We have had our fair share of possession, which is nice. A couple of players are happy to stay now. Pinta and Sithole are both happy to stay, so that's good. You know, the least happy players that you have is obviously the better. And, I mean, we're doing okay. You know, they're pushing up quite high. And, let's see. This is not going to end well, is it? It's not going to end well. Oh, what a miss. What a miss. Okay, so I think having seen that, we will we'll get rid of that one and let Pinta boot it upfield if he needs to. And we've got a corner to defend. Have Paris just sort of sucked up what we have. Oh, Kovacic has done brilliantly, but just couldn't go on. Could have been almost on the break there, weren't we? But yeah, I wonder if they were just sort of sitting back, let us throw at them what we've got, and then They just look at it as, well, now we'll go and beat you kind of thing. Is that all you've got? That's a lot of space. I mean, I know we're trapping them on the outside, but you've got to still defend a little bit when someone's running through the middle, don't you? So we should have 3 centre-backs. Crespi's going to be drawn onto him. Butchman's watching him. And, yeah, no one's really communicating, are they? There's no Mbappe in this lineup, is there? I just realised. So I wonder if he is injured. Or if, yeah, they're resting him. We've got more defending to do. That is over the top. But at 2-0, it's looking a little desperate, isn't it? Di Dominicano not having a great game. Andy's booked. That might be something we need to do at half-time, is take him off. We only have, really, Kovacic on the bench, so with no Holt, of course. But he's done well when he's played, so it might be a good opportunity for him. Bertic is still struggling. Let's go with unlucky. That gives us some confidence, so we can get on board with that. And yeah, we've not really laid a glove on them yet, have we? Which is a little bit disappointing. So where are you? Kovacic comes on for you. And I wonder if we pass into space, be a little bit more direct, and just we've got to try and find a chance and take it, don't we? If we could get back, and it's a big if, but if we could get back to 2-1, there would be half a chance, wouldn't there? But I mean, they've had 10 shots, 60% possession. They've definitely, after what was a good start for us, they've definitely started to put the foot down a bit now, haven't they? And here we go. Sanchez on the ball. Butchman to sit hole. Look wide. Look wide. There we go. Kovacic. Oh, no. Oh, there's a good pass, is it? No, not quite in behind. You can see what we're trying to do. But just couldn't quite manage to find the run. Here we go. Can we get a foot in there? No. We're just... Almost looks a little hesitant, doesn't it? Like we need to sort of snap. And what if we stay... and they've just walked through us again. They played us like a fiddle, didn't they? We were chasing them around. And it's now 2-0. And... Look at that. Look at that. Crespi, Sanchez, Sithole. Montel is maybe the man that's out of position there, isn't he? Let's try a berating and see if that fires us up. Bertic is just not having a good day, so let's get Lacko on for him. Corner. It's not a corner. It's a free kick. It's going to be ruled out, is it? Offside. The offside, if it's going to come, will be from the header over to the sort of back across. It's not. It's ruled in. And now it is starting to just go a little bit wrong for us, isn't it? That was the one there. I mean, you could argue he's offside, but he's not really interfering with the goalkeeper, is he? Pinta having another bad day at 6.2. He's so... I mean, he is young, so maybe that's part of it, but he's just so inconsistent. Okay, well, it's falling to pieces a bit now, isn't it? So let's get rid of this. We were doing better when we weren't doing any of this. Let's distribute to flanks. And yeah, we have done well for the last little bit against these sorts of teams, but I think the problem we have here, as much as anything, is that whether we lose 5-0 or if we manage to keep it, scoreless and gone out 1-0, ultimately it didn't make a difference. We were still going out. So yeah, maybe we've been a little bit too reckless, and we should have been trying to sort of hold things tight for as long as possible. And there's still a long time to go here, so we could be on the end of an absolute hiding if we're not careful. As they go long, Sanchez should win that. Down for Kovacic. Sit hole to Montel. Montel, there's a good ball for Kovacic. We've got Mazzoleni through the middle. Oh, he's missed it. Well, that was a chance that should have been taken, and that sort of sums us up, I think, doesn't it? We've almost got to... He's now in a red as Pinter. We've almost got to this big stage and somewhat frozen. Second half has just fallen in a heap somewhat, so maybe that's down to me and getting the halftime team talk wrong. But, yeah. The goals they've scored have just been too easy, haven't they? That's the thing. It's not like they've particularly picked us apart. Well, the second one, you could argue maybe they did, but we just weren't maybe compact enough. Can we get to that? No, Mazzoleni's working, but is he going to get back? He's done pretty well there in the end. So, yeah, it looks like this will be Hajduk split for the second game then, which means we will probably need to vote on Viewers Player of the Year next episode, because there's no point sort of dragging out a league season that is... I mean, when it's not going your way, it's bounced off everything and just fallen for Conor Gallagher again. And, yeah, we're not going out in any sort of... It's just a little bit... Kovacic really needed to sort of get it out and away from goal. But, yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter at this point, does it? But yeah, so there's no point dragging out the league campaign if it's not going to be a close title race. So we'll have to vote on that next episode. And yeah, unfortunately for us, Paris has had a very good day. And look at those match ratings. I mean, we just haven't. So thus ends the Champions League campaign. I think that is quite upsetting, though. The manner of that defeat was we fell in a heap, didn't we? It looked like we just gave up. So, I mean, yeah, first leg triumph helps them. We are out in the round of 16. It's still a good European campaign. Just a really, really disappointing way for it to end. Another 8 million in the bank, which is obviously very nice. But, yeah, I'm really disappointed with how we went out, more so than the fact that we went out, I think. So wait there, guys. We'll be back. We'll face Hajduk split. If we win that, hopefully we will win that. And, yeah, it'll be almost time for title celebrations, I think. All right, welcome back. Let's go and do this. Now, Dinamo have won, so the gap is now 9 points, although they've played a game more. So, yeah, let's see if we can get that back out to 12. And Hajduk at home, we've usually done well against them. Actually, if we're playing Hajduk, I need to make a change, don't I? Because Skoko always plays well against Hajduk. So this is the team we're sending out, assuming, you know, heavy match loads that we can get away with. All right, so we'll have to do that then. And Lacko, you can... All right, let's give you a rest then. All right, so it is Pinter in goal. We've got a little bit of a problem at the back. Sanchez, Crespi, and Monsalvo. Butchman's getting rested for this one. Or dropped. He's just not playing particularly well. Torres, Di Dominicano are the width. Then we've got Montel, Palumbo, Skoko, Mazzoleni, and Bertic. Bertic needs to find some form too, doesn't he? All right, so we can see the team sheets here. Do you recognize? I think this is a good young centre-back. I don't know that we'll try and sign him because we've got our own good young centre-back, so there's no need necessarily to go and spend the money. But we'll see. A marked improvement from you all today. One thing that did happen is that the players refunded the fans for that Paris game, so that is probably justifiable. It was just a bit disappointing, wasn't it? Obviously, I've had a couple of minutes to sort of sit on it, I guess, for lack of a better term. And yeah, it's just... we just didn't show up, which is, there's ways, as I say all the time, isn't it? There's ways to lose, there's ways to go out, and that was a particularly disappointing way to go out. I think we all expected, surely, we all expected that we wouldn't get past Paris, but to not get past Paris in that manner was a bit disappointing, wasn't it? So let's see if we can rebound here. It's just the league we've got to focus on now, so we can... yeah, put out a strong side week in, week out. And we've seen historically that when we do that, we're very difficult to beat. And then, given that we already have the lead that we have in terms of points on the table, yeah, I think we can feel relatively confident that we're going to go and win another title this season, which is huge. Torres crosses it in, and it's just over from Di Dominicano, was it? We'll probably start to phase Di Dominicano out. We do have an option to buy him, but he's very expensive, and I don't think we're going to be looking to do that. So even with... excuse me, my voice is leaving me already. Even with Kovacic on the on the bench. I mean, he's fine, you know. Holt missing is going to give him more opportunities to play, which is good. And Di Dominicano, I think, will just sort of play back up to him for the rest of the season. Here we go now. Monsalvo for Montel. Skoko. Bertic. Bertic for Torres. Torres to Mezzaleni. Was he onside? It's an own goal if he was. And it is going to count. Oh, I'd like to have another look. That looked very close. Mezzaleni to being offside. Is it here? Where is it? Oh, probably just on, wasn't he? Because this guy over here was sort of in the line as well. So maybe we did just about get away with that. So 1-0, we'll take that. Corner to come. Palumbo, nice one to the back. It's away. Di Dominicano to Skoko. Oh, he shuffles it on. Palumbo back in front of goal. And Bertic. Was Palumbo onside is going to be the question. Bertic, I think, is fine. He has to be behind the ball almost, doesn't he? Because he's right on the goal line. So it is awarded. Bertic finally breaks what has been a bit of an infuriating and frustratingly long goal drought. But Skoko did well. Palumbo... Oh, Bertic was right on the goal line, wasn't he? But there was players back. It's a bit of a messy one, actually. Let's have a look. I mean, he's offside, isn't he? I think we're lucky to get that. Very, very lucky to get that. Palumbo. Oh, it's a good ball, and Monsalvo can't keep his header down. Oh, that should have been 3, shouldn't it? So we've scored 2 goals from 1 on target, which is always nice. And, yeah, we'll see if we can get a third before half-time, which would be very nice as well. And, yeah. Well, I'm not sure what we're going to do. We've got 60 million in the bank right now as well after the European run. So that is obviously a nice place to be. And, well, we'll just need to try and sort of make plans for the summer, which we can sort of think about for the rest of this season. I'm starting to think... I don't know, there's 1 or 2 guys, because I think what happens, someone like Sithole, for example, and he's a foreign player as well, which you can see is not even on the bench because we can only have 6 foreign players in the match squad. I'm wondering if we buy the rights to the Sithole and kind of move him on. A bruised knee for Skoko, so we'll get Siraj on, that's fine, give Siraj some game time. Yeah, so yeah, sort of players like that, and I do think Sithole is good, and it's difficult, or it's easy to fall into the trap of, oh, he's really good in the league. Well, what we actually need now is players for Europe as well. But it's easy to fall into the trap of just like, oh, well, he's a first-team, first-choice player, and then you look at his attributes, just like, oh, he's not as good as I thought he was, kind of thing. So, yeah, I'll have to sort of go through and have a think about exactly who it is we want to keep, who we want to let go. We've got to remember that we need to keep players who are club-trained, and, oh, Sanchez, side netting. Yeah, players who are club trained and who are national trained for us, because we do need to make sure we have those players in the squads for Europe. So that's where someone like Bosniak is useful still, even though he's maybe not good enough. He's at least a player that we can have in a squad. So that is good. My back is killing me after cricket yesterday, so sorry if you hear a squeaky chair. Montel to Palumbo. Palumbo gets it wide for Di Dominicano for Bertic in the middle. It is a save. And Bertic will now go across to take the corner. Let's see what he can do. It's a decent one into the back post, but it's headed away. And Di Dominicano will watch it go out for a throw-in. And that'll end that highlight. So not a great second half. Palumbo's injured now, which is not ideal. So let's get Zinco on for him. And, yeah, we're into stoppage time. Hopefully it's not too serious of an injury for Palumbo. He did, of course, just come back from his 1.5 years out or whatever it was with his ACL. So, yeah, we don't want him missing for too long. But that's a comfortable win, isn't it? Not a classic game by any means. But, yeah, certainly we just cruised it, really, didn't we? So there we go. If that is one of the big title rivals, that's a very comfortable win, isn't it? And it is a 12-point gap with 9 games to go. It should be party time, shouldn't it? So there we go, Jeroen Hammer Hajduk split. It is, oh, it's just a tighter kill. I mean, can you imagine? He must have been panicking, mustn't he? If you've just come back from that sort of an injury, you'd be worried that you've just yeah, messed something up. But nice to see Bertic back in the goals. D. Dominicano. Yeah, I mean, he's good, but the problem is that if we go and have a look at his contract here, what is the option to buy? 32.5 million. Now, I think we can all agree, can't we? He's not worth that, so we won't be moving forward on him. But yeah, that is pretty much that. 5 straight wins in the league, which is very nice. And that'll do it for today. So if you enjoyed that, thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and we will come back to hopefully wrap up a title. We've got a game against Dinamo here. Yeah, I mean, that's going to come around just a little bit too soon, I think, for us to sort of have a title party on that one. So we'll come back when we have a chance to wrap things up. And if it hasn't happened by sort of Varazd and Gorica, then we'll just come back for a bit of a checkup, because things will be going wrong at that point, and you'll need to be brought up to speed. So don't forget to nominate your Viewers Play of the Year. We'll vote on that next episode. And until then, I'll see you there. Take care.